Hello?
Hi.
Hey! Tommy, what's going on?
You've been in this world, right? You've done radio before?
I've done radio. I got TV, radio, and so I got Welcome to the D is the TV show. I've done radio with. So my first show I did was This Moment in Time. Dave Bickler, who was the lead singer for Survivor, did Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah,
nice.
My co-host. Mark Cass has been my co-host, who is also on the TV show with me, and I have a new one coming. John Troxtell, who is the second in command of the Joint Chiefs for the last 9 years, just retired. He is going to be my co-host on that one.
Wow, how cool.
So, yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I've been in the music industry forever. I do have I work for a record label that's through Universal. So I've been there, done that, seen it.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, quite the resume.
So there's a couple things I want to dig into. This let's start with the record label. You said with Universal?
Yeah.
What are you doing for them?
MI5 Recordings out of New York. They have 4 divisions. So you got MI5 has one in Paris, London, Detroit, New York.
James Bond?
So the office.
That's MI6.
Oh, MI6.
Is that MI6?
MI6, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he's one level. He's one level. No license to kill. Otherwise the same.
Correctly. We're licensed to thrill.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
That's the difference.
Nice.
So,
So what are you doing for them?
I actually one of the presidents of one of the divisions.
Oh, wow.
Out of Detroit. Also, I've worked there a long time. I do a lot with their A&R campaigns, and marketing. We seem to focus on, but pretty much we're a jack of all trades. No matter what you do in the music industry, especially at those levels, you do everything. It's a 24/7 job.
So what's the landscape now? I mean, compared to say even 10 years ago, what has the focus
tougher.
completely changed?
Yes, the focus has completely changed. It's more money based, I think. New artists have a tougher time breaking into the industry. If you don't have sponsorship, social media numbers, and a good business, plan and a marketing plan, they won't even look at you.
So you think it's tougher now, huh? I always thought that would be kind of easier because you have an automatic audience. If you do something special, you can get on YouTube, whatever, and just do your own thing. But you're saying it's tougher to get into music?
It's tougher, trending wise. Think about this. So after LimeWire pretty much destroyed the industry,
right,
and there's no record sales anymore. So record labels are not making money off of record sales. So now they have to make money in other directions. Usually sponsorship, syncing, and such is where they go with it. So you have to the artist has really got to come in with a solid plan and a solid branding. And if it doesn't have branding, you can't sell it to the sponsors. It's all about the money from the sponsors. Touring. I mean, Taylor Swift's making $500 million in touring. It's a lot of money that she's bringing in for that. And so the artists themselves don't have the money. If they don't have the money and the backing coming into it, they're not going to go anywhere. And that's why the new artists are struggling. And unfortunately, I think American Idol, The Voice, and America's Got Talent has brought more people to believe that they can make it like they used to be able to make it, where people were handing records, handing millions of dollars to them. It does not happen like that anymore. And the problem with that is of course, American Idol, Voice, no one's really done anything. America's Got Talent, no one's really come out and done and made it big. But American Idol, we know Kelly Clarkson's come out but remember, Kelly Clarkson didn't make her first dime, and I'm not joking about this. Her first time until October 2018.
Because they owned her, is that why?
Yeah, it was a bad deal.
Yeah,
Carrie Underwood's probably their number one, though, right? She's won like every award.
Well, Kelly, I think, has the bigger empire behind it.
Really?
Everything else that she's got
She's got
going
a talk
on.
show
She's got the talk show now.
Yeah.
Now she's on her own, though. She's got her own.
Yeah.
her
So
own thing.
I think she's gotten the lead on that. But I believe, Carrie Underwood probably did more successful in music than Kelly did.
Definitely.
I heard those contracts are just ironclad.
Well, my cousin was a backup singer for one tour.
That's right.
For who?
Correct.
For
Carrie Underwood?
for Carrie Underwood, and it was an American Idol contract, and the rules my cousin had as a backup singer.
Oh, really?
She couldn't say syllables if Carrie wasn't singing. She could only do oohs and ahs if Carrie wasn't singing.
Just the vowels?
She could never stand in front of Carrie. She had to always be behind her. She
Crazy
had,
how they thought it all
So
through.
everything was so thought
I
through.
think those
Only
are
green grapes, no red grapes in the green room.
Yeah.
Skittles.
Yeah,
Skittles.
M&Ms.
honestly, I don't think that's American Idol. I think that's Carrie Underwood. I heard she's kind of a bitch.
No, that was this is
I've heard the same
all
thing.
American Idol. They had that thing like
Nobody gets grapes.
a well-oiled machine.
No Skittles.
You know how many tables she's knocked over? She's crazy.
So you said Taylor's making like $500 a year on touring.
But remember,
How much is that going to her? Because that's a pretty big
It's a
production.
lot of overhead. Got to be.
50% probably.
No
Ultimately,
shit.
it's probably 50%.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's doing good.
She's doing good, but she is the number one grossing artist in the industry.
For sure.
And
How many
is
shows a
then,
year
other
does she
than-
do, you think? 50?
Yeah.
Wow. That's some good money.
Yeah.
Three a month.
some
Money.
expensive
But
tickets.
she's got, look at her team.
Right.
Shows.
She's got a heck of a team, but that cost her money too. So she's
Sure.
And it's been a long road.
Not in my world.
The first time we heard about her, she was 17,
Well,
right?
you mentioned
And
the money
it's,
coming
you know,
in.
it's a
You
long
have to
time
come in
ago.
with money. Didn't her?
Right.
Her dad was quite a wealthy person.
Yeah, her dad knew a lot of people, got investors, and they came in. So this is how she was, brought into it. Think about everybody who's, Katy Perry's parents paid for her to get in.
Yeah, you just
Lady
cannot
Gaga's
stop the promotions.
dad
Like
paid
go,
for
go,
it.
go. Yeah, keep
Yeah,
pumping
so-
money in.
But ultimately, looking at them all, they're very talented. What separates talent is the backing. Because think about this: Nashville. Every corner, there's at least 10 girls that sing on every corner that are just equally as good.
They're good.
Sure.
Two things make them stand out: backing and one song.
Yeah.
Which is a song they
Yeah.
probably don't even
Yeah.
write.
Right.
Yeah, which they don't have the rights to. Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. So tell us about the Music Addict here. What's going on with that?
So Music Addict, so what I did with that is something I did for no money. There's no money behind it. Originally, so ultimately we had a magazine under it. I made it simple. Music Addict, I just redid completely since there was no money involved in anything I was doing on that whole end. I redid this and just made it a community for artists, producers, anybody, fans, anybody that is connected to the music industry to be able to go there to connect. So ultimately, the worst thing I think was Facebook is tough to do this. You can't promote anything on Facebook without paying for it.
Right.
So Music Addict gets a lot of hits. And I'll tell you, this is out of all the domains I've ever owned, this one gets the most hits. And it's funny because Music Addict, and I think it's because the Addict
Yeah.
getting the most hits. So we get a lot of hits because of that. We're number one on Google and Bing, thank God, for that name. So ultimately, we get a lot of hits. It comes to the benefit of everybody else. That SEO that's on that will give people, when you promote your own music on there or a project you're doing, that's free advertisement. It's going out not just to the people in the community, but to all the search engines. So I did this because I thought that the music community itself needed a place that was dedicated just strictly for that.
Right. So now
And it's open.
go ahead.
It's open source, and musicians can post their stuff and free of charge, and
I'm
I'll promote
not
it.
restricting anything other than don't throw me in jail.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
So now are you like producers going on there and just kind of combing through it every so often?
Yes. Yeah, they are. And a lot of people, because of, all the people I know in the industry, there's a lot of them there. If you look at my consulting staff that we have from, I do consulting. If you look at the consulting staff on there, granted that I'm using an old form software, so that it's not as pretty as it used to be. But if you look at it, there's a pretty famous staff of a lot of famous people, producers and songwriters, as well as a lot of people in music.
That's awesome.
That have been they're on the staff, which is great because it helps out new up and coming artists. We try to help as many as possible, get to the direction they need to go in the right ways.
Right. So have you ever gotten like a email or a thank you at the end of a band going all the way through and making it?
Yes.
Anybody we would know of?
Yeah, but
Can't say I got
there's
you.
a few you probably would know of. Yes,
You got to search it on Bing.
A lot of
On Bing.
careers.
I go to Bing.
You'll get those details on Bing.
So do you approach it as like an
Bing or Google?
You know what the thing
Google
about
it.
Bing is?
Mostly
When
Bing, though.
Bing's on your computer, you can't get it off.
I
Oh,
can't
you
believe
can't.
Bing didn't take off Bing Bang Bong. Right? God damn it.
That should be perfect.
That should
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't
Somebody
believe
make a
we
phone
should
call.
all be on Bing.
That's the jingle.
Bing, bang, bong.
There's $1 million jingle.
well?
Hey, Tom, I got a quick question for you. What's the last 2 songs you played on your radio today?
Actually, honestly, was the last two. Let's think about this. God, because I play music all the time.
I figured.
What was it that I was listening to? I think it was Tiny Dancer was one of them.
Right.
By,
You trying to get your Elton John tickets today? Is that what was going on?
Thank you.
Yep, I gotcha.
And the other one was actually Headley. For the Nights I Can't Remember, I think is what the name of that song is.
Right on.
All right.
Good for
So
you.
I have an ecliptically all over the board. I listen from new music to going back to actually I'll tell you what, I'm a big Elvis fan.
Right on.
So I go back.
Everything in between.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You a
anything in
vinyl guy,
between.
Tom? You vinyl?
Yeah, vinyl. I love vinyl. I think it's great.
Oh, I can't wait to get into vinyl. I got to dial some vinyl in.
Speaking of, you guys get a bunch of good stories. Do you know that since the number one band we all know is the Beatles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know the answer to how many times they got turned down before they got signed?
A lot.
Oh,
I
shit.
did know this at one time.
107.
178.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know why they
Unreal.
got signed?
No.
They did drugs with the guy.
No, they were
clean
clean
then.
back then.
They were the worst band. Everyone knew it. They were the worst band. And the guy who signed them found out that he was going to get fired the next week. Someone told him he went out and signed the worst band because
Shut
he was
up.
getting fired.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Look
So
at him
did he
now.
keep his job or no?
No.
He showed
And
them.
he signed the best band of all time.
Oh my
Right.
God. He lost
That's
out on a
insane.
lot of money.
Yeah. Talk about the luck, blind luck.
Right.
Wow.
Well, I got to tell you, boys, we might be in luck. We might be on the Tonight Show one day.
Well, we are the worst
Fiddly
podcast.
the Tonight Show.
I love your optimism.
We are the worst
We're
podcast.
in
Maybe
that.
Tom will sign his first podcast.
Yes.
And we go right to the moon. Right to the moon.
Right to the moon.
Get into movies and do some things there.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit.
Well, I can only think of one way to end this interview.
Live
Let me
studio
sound effect
audience.
board.
Even Tom clapped. Tom clapped.
It's contagious.
You can't help it.
I can't help it. I just discovered this feature tonight. and I love it.
Yeah, if you're not
I
smiling
think-
after that clap, I don't know.
Honestly, I think you underutilized it tonight, to be honest with you, so far. I'm expecting more.
He's holding back.
Awesome. All right,
Oh,
Tom.
shit.
It's
Yeah,
been so
Tom.
much
Yeah.
fun,
Tom,
man.
Talking
thank you
with you, Tom.
and best of
so
luck
much.
on all your endeavors.
And I
That's
think
great.
if you see Fiddly Nick on the forums,
Yeah.
don't
Yes.
be afraid to moderate him out.
Oh,
of
we'll
there.
be on the
Just get rid of
forums.
him.
Just kick him out.
Musicaddict.org
Just
will be
congas.
on the
Just
forums for
congas.
sure.
Yeah, you make a conga section.
Somebody's looking for Congress. They need a backing band.
I'll make a board for podcasts. You guys can pimp your show.
Oh, right on. Let's do that.
Right.
All right.
Great idea.
Now
I like
you
it.
talk.
Now,
Hey,
I'll make a
wait.
board for it.
Yeah, right on.
All right.
Tom, you should see his face. He's so excited.
You guys maybe get better. You can get some different guests come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
We
I'll definitely
appreciate
make a
it.
board
Sounds
for it
great.
Right now.
I
That'd
love
be great.
it. I love
Awesome,
it.
Tom. Have a great one.
Appreciate you
Great
calling in, my
times,
man.
Tom. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take
Talk
care.
to you later.
Bye.
Later.